If you're anything like me, one of the hardest parts of preparing for a digital product launch is writing and designing your sales page. It's so overwhelming to just look at a blank page and say, how can I be persuasive in showing my offer in the best light possible? But I'm so excited because I will never have to be overwhelmed again when designing a sales page thanks to this AI prompt that we have crafted and put inside the Calm Launch formula. In this video, I'm giving you a sneak peek at one of these prompts, arguably the most important prompt, and I'm going to show you how I use this prompt to craft my sales page copy and design my sales page from scratch. If this prompt blows your mind like I hope that it will, and you want to get your hands on all 20 plus AI prompts that we have written to help make your launch planning faster and easier than ever before, then you can access that through Calm Launch Formula, which is now available inside our unboring coaching program called Wayman Limited. It is open until September 10th, 2024. So check out the link in our description at wanderingaimfully.com/join. And now without further ado, let's show you this amazing sales page AI prompt. This is your prompt here, and don't even worry about it. You don't even need to read it, but it is going to follow our format of the sales page conversation with the 17 sections. So I copied the prompt. Let me make this bigger for you. And we're going to paste that in. And then again, we're going to make sure that our information is filled out here. So I want you to help me write the copy for you can define how long or short you want it to be. I'll just call it a long sales page for my digital product offer. Slide and shine with Canva. So I'm just describing how I want it to feel conversational. I want it to be in response to the thoughts that my customer is thinking. And this is where we really want to set what those specifications are. So you're going to set the tone. The tone should be, for me, I'm going to put insightful, motivational, friendly, approachable, and clever and humorous at times. Formatting, whenever possible, please include, this works, H1, H2, H4 headlines or bullet points. We want it to be scannable. We don't want large paragraphs of text. Please avoid large paragraphs of text. If a section requires paragraphs, please break them up so it's easier to read. Balance, please provide a balance between being clear about my offer and also being clever and conversational. So this is where you might want something that is much more dry and professional. You might want something that's much more technical, and depending on what your offer is, you might want something that's super cheeky and irreverent. That's where you want to be clear about what you want that balance to be. For me, I always like to be clear, like not overly clever, but I do want some unique touches that kind of make someone smirk as they read the sales page. You can use all the snippets from my customer-led copy catalog to form the copy. You could paste your customer catalog if you are starting a new session, but it should remember based on what we just did in the previous prompt. And then that's it. We just are writing the entire section there, and we're going to see what it comes up with. I'm excited. I'm going to let you know, it's not going to get it perfect right out of the gate, but anyone who has stared at a blank page and wondered, what am I going to write on my sales page? This is going to give you such a huge head start. So this is where you just sit back and you go, whoa, we're living in the future. If you get a really long output like this, you might see this continue generating button so that you're just going to click that and it'll keep going. But obviously 17 sections of a sales page is a really long output. So just wants to make sure it's like, are you still watching? Yep, we are. This is what's so incredible. I mean, it remembers what the price of my offer is. It remembers who my customer is. It remembers what we called the features that we already decided. So that is why we have ordered all of the prompts in the way that we have, because it really builds until all the information that you trained it on is giving you a incredible sales page that has all of the specifications that you've already identified. Okay, what was that? 2 minutes? 3 minutes? Let's go back to the top and let's see how ChatGPT did. Right at the top here, I already love this. Transform your presentations from bland to brilliant with Canva. I told you that that was something that really stuck out to me, that it wrote bland to brilliant. I love any type of concise way that you can identify your transformation in like a clever way. So I love that they chose that as the hero hook. And then they've made it even more specific of the outcome, captivate your audience and elevate your online presence, whether it's for workshops, online courses, lead magnets, or even Instagram carousels. That work I did to tell it, hey, this is how I want you to communicate why presentations are important. It has used that right in the hero section, which is fantastic. And then my favorite part too is it's going to give you visual recommendations. If you're not someone who is a designer by trade, it is going to give you some ideas about how to lay out that section. So let's keep going here. Addressing the current reality. Does this sound familiar? I love that. So you're going to list out kind of the current reality, the point A. Use a split screen layout, show a messy, disorganized slide deck. On the other, show a clean, I like the before and after idea there. Imagine this instead. I love this. Imagine you open Canva, you've customized a professional on-brand slide presentation, and then let's see how they did to pretend they're me. Hi, I'm Caroline, and I've spent years helping creative solopreneurs like you craft authentic, vibrant brand identities with a successful online course under my belt and a deep passion. I've taken years of branding, yada, yada. It's not going to get it perfect right out of the gate, but this is a fantastic start. And if I just put all of this right on a sales page, I'm telling you, this would be leaps and bounds above what I would mostly come up with by myself. And it's because we've given them very specific instructions about the story that we're telling. But you might find that the writing is like a little bit dry, or like I said, not professional enough or too professional, et cetera, et cetera. So you can use this adjustment prompt here, same in your sales page copy prompts. This is where you can tell ChatGPT what adjustments to make. So let's copy that prompt, paste it here. And then this is where you can replace this bulleted list with the adjustments that you want to make. So let's say for the establish trust section, it feels like the tone is a little too serious for my taste. And also you don't need to mention my other course. Can you include something about how I was a little hesitant to use Canva at first because I didn't think it was for professionals. But over the past 2 years, I've fallen in love with it, and it makes every aspect of my design for my business easier. I use presentations for everything, and it has been a game changer for my business. I'm creating more content than ever before, and it feels truly unique to who I am, and now I want to teach others to do the same. So again, it's not going to know everything about your history with why you created the course, etc., or your offer. So you want to tell it that so it can include that in the section. Oh, down here. So that's for the content itself, content adjustments. Anything that like you want to add or you want to point to this instead of that, etc., you want to include there. And then tone adjustments, you might want to say the tone is pretty close to what I want, but I want it to read a little more clever and more energetic. I want someone to get excited about using Canva and be pleasantly surprised by how creative the copy reads, like a clever friend. So now we're going to hit enter and see what the second draft looks like. Okay, so let's go to the section that we talked about, the established trust section, and they have rewritten it. Hey there, I'll admit I was once skeptical about Canva. I thought it was for DIYers, not professionals like me, but 2 years ago I gave it a try and it's been nothing short of a game changer. You can tell it's in a more informal tone, which is what I wanted. I highly recommend going section by section, reading the copy. You can either just edit it yourself or you can keep running it through ChatGPT until you get the tone and the structure that you like. Once you have finalized every section of your copy, you want to drop it into your answer blocks here, and then you'll be ready to start designing. This prompt is for all my non-designers out there. This is going to be a game changer for you. So at this point, you should have your sales page copy written. Even with the visual recommendations of your copy, you might be having a hard time making design decisions, how to visualize it. And while we can't have ChatGPT quite yet spit out just like a full design for you, we can definitely give you a head start on design decisions to make things easier for you. So in the designing your sales page lesson here at the bottom, you can open up the sales page AI prompt, and that's going to have at the bottom of this prompt, we just use this to come up with your sales page copy, but at the bottom here, you're going to have sales page design help prompt. So we're going to go ahead and copy that, put it in ChatGPT, and there is a little bit of input required here because you're telling it things like your brand colors and your design sensibility that is going to align with your brand. I'm going to take a second to write all of that. I'm not going to come up with brand colors, so I'm just going to kind of write random colors, but you would really want to write, okay, use these hex codes for my text colors, use these hex codes for my background colors, etc. So you can watch me fill this out for a sec. Okay, I've just included a little bit of guidance on what I want out of the design, my brand fonts and my brand colors, which I made up, of course. And now we're going to see what ChatGPT can come up with in terms of guiding us on the design. Isn't this absolutely wild? So for every single section of our design, it has offered everything down to include dotted lines or dash borders around each checklist item. It's telling you what layout to do, so a 3-column layout, what icons. And so I want to be clear here. A computer is never going to replace the creativity from a human brain and your design sensibility. So you're going to read each of these recommendations and take it with a grain of salt. But what it does is, for those of you who really struggle with how to visualize designs and how to take your words, which we already wrote, that are the reason we started with the copy first, is because that's what's really going to connect with your customer. But now you get to translate that into visuals as well. This is going to give you such a head start on all the different ways that you can make your page and your design really unique and really stand out. So even if some of these ideas are just starting off points, it kind of gets you through that blank page moment where it's really overwhelming. So definitely recommend using this prompt to at least get yourself started. Feel free to chat back and forth with ChatGPT. If you say, hey, for this section, I really want a gradient background, and what do you think is the best layout option for this section, etc. So play around with that as well, but this should give you a really huge head start in terms of designing your sales page.
If you thought that was awesome and you are ready to grab the Calm Launch Formula, you can join our WAIM Unlimited Unboring Coaching Program, which will help you say goodbye to chaos and hello to calm. You get a ton of other things in our Unboring program, including a bunch of resources to help you know what to focus on in your business, as well as a live coaching session every single month. As I mentioned before, we have the live cohort where we're going to go through Calm Launch Formula with you and our other WAIM members to make sure that you get your launch planned and get everything out of the program so that you can have that bigger launch with less stress. You get ongoing training for more clarity with our live coaching. You also get access to Teachery, which is an online course software. You get our Unboring Business Roadmap, our vault and library full of other helpful resources, and our WAIM Slack community. If you're ready to trade the chaos for calm and you want to have a little fun while doing it, join us inside WAIM Unlimited. We have 2 affordable pricing options, and we sell WAIM Unlimited with lifetime pricing. So once you finish paying it, you never pay us another dollar, and you get access to anything we make in the future. You can check it out at wanderinginfo.com/join, and enrollment closes September 10th.